Level 9.
Leading to the highest levels of brutality ever recorded, with the pointless bloodshed sure to scar the psyche of all those involved for years to come. Haunting words from one of the survivors of last night's charity bake sale at the Garden District's Haven for the Elderly. And now, news from the war. The battle for the Western Food Reserve Grotto was successful. That is the only detail I have to report. And now, more exclusive audio from what has been dubbed the Goodies for Geezers Bake Sale Massacre.
That's my banana bread. What was that? Speak up. I wish my grandson was here.
Alright, can we click on the radio? No click on the radio? Alright, no note from Dad because he's at war.
Hey, a letter arrived from Dad.
Oh, there is a letter. Okay.
Dear Lil, thanks for writing back. Your letter really made my day. Hearing you and everyone back home are doing so well made me sleep easy. So easy, in fact, that I missed the morning bugle and was late for roll call. Boy, was I in trouble. And because I wasn't there, I got stuck with mechanic duty for the next big battle. They say this time it'll be fought in the air, and it's my job to help repair the planes. Don't tell anyone, but I really don't know what I'm doing. But your grandfather on your mother's side was a master mechanic, and I'll always remember the words he said to me on my wedding day. If your wife doesn't find you handsome, she better find you handy. So I guess if I investigate each aircraft that comes my way, I'm sure I'll find something to fix, and then help win the battle. Thanks, Granddad. That goes for you too. If you draft any would-be airmen, make sure there isn't anything on their end that needs fixing first. Anyways, I better go. Draw me a line again, will ya? But this time, maybe don't write such good news. If I get in trouble one more time, who knows what'll happen? Sincerely, Dad.
Pretty sure that's
so
not how you
glad
write
he's okay.
sincerely.
I'll write him another letter tonight.
Alright, the Royal Writ. My spies have informed me that there is incredible dissatisfaction fostering dissent within the enemy's inner circle. Do with that information what you will. Ash. In addition to the forces that were drafted, the outcome of the last battle were also due to the state of our equipment. Pay extra attention to what our men, women, and creatures are marching into battle with. Striker. Although their proposal for addressing our little food shortage problem was rushed through council without their scrutiny or approval, please extend my associate from Catering Corp every possible courtesy and don't trouble yourself too terribly with the nature of the plan. Nothing to see here, as they say. Councilwoman Ash. Guardsman Randy has been brought out of forced retirement to supervise our food stores. Welcome back, Randy. Middle manager Mike Melroy. I may have stolen a deck of tarot cards off of an old wandering nomad type woman. So far, everything I predicted has come true. Now the old bag yelled something about a curse if the cards were overused as I was running away, but I'm sure it's nothing. Look at me, I'm batting 1,000. I've got all the answers. Call me now, Malcolm, fortune teller to the stars. By royal decree. Alright. So we have enough to power everything. And 1, 2, 3. Alright. So that is going to be our... Okay.
Unhand me, you fools! I must be granted entry immediately! I come with a message for your Queen of the Sprawl. In her mercy, Praetor Kargan has sent me to offer terms of your immediate and unconditional surrender. If you knew the Praetor, you would be shocked that she has extended this incredible generosity to your flabby, weak people.
Ouch. And yeah, I know who she is, remember? I told the princess not to marry her, and I'm feeling better about that choice by the second.
Here is the message I've been sent to deliver, straight from the powerful mouth of Praetor Kargan. Kagtak mavlashtak ivaktum.
You gonna translate that?
I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you just said, and therefore I abstain from making any decision.
Sounds good.
Feh, spoken like a true Bath.
Thank you.
It was not a compliment.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
The sooner you accept, the better. Marvag battle training is an arduous affair, and our food supplies cannot sustain our warriors. Dozens of Marvag die of starvation every day as we prepare for battle. Our numbers dwindle in these brutal training ballets.
That's awful.
This war has laid many Marvag low. Now let me yell my message at your queen.
Pretty sure you could do that just from outside the walls.
If we wait
Yeah.
long enough, is there a chance to run out of warriors and the war will be over by default?
A war of attrition.
That does seem like a possibility. If your sprawl can last long enough. This war is drawing closer to an end with each passing day, and you do not appear to be winning.
War of attrition. Alright. My spies inform me they're increasing dissatisfaction and fostering dissent within the do with that information what you will. I'm going to interrogate her one more time. I can always go
Fine.
back.
It is my intention to divulge battle plans I have been made privy to Queen Desdemona in exchange for food for my people.
Ah, you are betraying the Praetor?
We are starving, and if the Sprawl can help us, I will help you end this conflict.
Whoa, sounds like somebody's defected.
That's the word! It's been on the tip of my tongue this whole time. In Marvag we say Chechu, or you have stabbed my trust in the heart. But here you say defect. Yes, I wish to Chechu the Praetor for this petty war.
Alright, yeah. We're gonna admit, if that gives us plans.
Very good, Gatekeeper. I hope that this exchange of food for my people, for information about our military strategy, will help put an end to the bloodshed of this war and lead to much more glorious bloodshed in the future.
Weird thing to hope for, but hey, you do you.
Bleed now or bleed later. Having heard their true intentions, you let them in. Now it's up to the Queen and other people above your pay grade.
Ahoy, child manning the gate!
Ahoy! Adult in a basket?
Ha ha! I like your spirit! I am here to enlist in Her Majesty's Air Force!
Okay,
Once inflated, my grand contraption shall sail high above the clouds. First I will destroy the enemy air force, and then it will take me no time at all to traverse the entire world at that altitude.
Um,
So how does this grand contraption of yours work anyway?
When inflated to almost bursting, this ball will carry me up into the sky, keeping myself inside this wicker basket aloft. Simple science.
yes, but I think you seem to be missing
I
something.
feel like you're missing some steps.
Like what's going to be holding your balloon? Let's interrogate him one more time.
I first read about the floating ball machine in a book about a chap going around the world in 80 days. Julie Goblin Vernon, I think his name was. This was many years ago, mind you, so I figure doing the same in 79 days should be a piece of cake. A new record, I'd wager.
Yeah, we're gonna tease him on that.
79 days in that floating death trap? How will you go to the bathroom?
The wind and the rain shall be my bum paper.
Yarg! Barf to the max. That sounds like a recipe for a gnarly rash.
So many hot air balloon stories I could share. Like someone that tried to float to the... I don't trust him, so I'm gonna give him the true spray. There was someone that tried to float to the North Pole in a hot air balloon. Spoiler, they didn't make it. But really fascinating. The stories on early hot air balloons.
I made a wager with some chums down at the Royal Academy Club that I could traverse the entire world in only 79 days. Fools. My real plan is to hide away with my balloon in the countryside, gather stamps from across the globe, and return well rested, well fed, never having pissed out of a balloon, and triumphant. That'll teach him for putting a worm in my beer.
Yeah. That's gonna be a no for me. I do like that it's more than just a click. You actually have to press and hold that.
Alas, now I will never prove myself to those bastards at the Royal Academy Club who doubted me. Instead of glory in the air, I shall retire to the countryside. Perhaps if I lay low and gather stamps from across the globe, I can convince them that I did in fact make my grand journey and traveled around the world in 79 days.
Good luck on your weird side quest. Hey, I remember you.
Really? Most people don't. Regardless, I am here today on behalf of Catering Corp regarding our services and food management. We are prepared to oversee the appropriate distribution of the Sprawl's food rations up until the time when this war is resolved in favor of either side.
Very heroic of you to volunteer aid.
The proposed services rendered come with a detailed budget and a projected ROI.
Return of investment.
Less heroic.
It's all about crunching numbers.
It has come to our attention that the food rations are being severely mismanaged. If this trend is allowed to continue, the Sprawl will be completely out of food in a week.
Are you sure your numbers are correct?
Of course our numbers are correct. All we do is numbers. We eat, sleep, and breathe numbers.
Yeah, I don't trust you
Honestly,
though.
lately, I've never eaten so well in my life.
That's exactly what the problem is. Children should not be eating well, or at all if we can help it.
You kind of need to be able to eat to get something. Although, I was like, okay, please extend my associate from the every possible courtesy and don't trouble yourself too terribly with the nature of his plan. Yeah, but I want to know what his plan is. So we're going to come over here and just kind of douse him in the truth spray here.
I feel compelled to verbally dictate Catering Corp's food rationing plan. Item 1. All individuals above the weight of 71.6 kilograms will be allowed a single 14.7 gram ration of Soylent Beige nutrient bars per day. Item 2. Anyone below 71.6 kilograms will be restricted to food scraps and/or edible waste, either begged or foraged. Item 3. Individuals below 71.6 kilograms who succumb to hunger will be collected and repurposed into said Soylent Beige nutrient bars in order to sufficiently feed the remaining individuals above the weight of 71.6 kilograms. So concludes Catering Corp's extremely efficient plan to solve the Sprawl's extreme food shortage crisis.
Collected and repurposed into Soylent Beige nutrient bars? Oh my god! I've got to tell everybody! Soylent Beige is people!
Not just people, it could be goblins or ogres as well.
Well, at least they're nondescript. Let's see. Let's talk to Ash. And she was the one that had that.
Goody! I've been expecting the Catering Corp to arrive with a plan to aid us with the food shortage crisis. It's said to be a good, solid plan, and a little more. And that's all I need to hear. Let him in at once so we can begin to address this population growth problem once and for all.
I thought it was a food ration problem.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, no. If you're trying to feed people, no, you go straight to jail. I don't care what Ash says.
So I definitely have to send you to jail, knowing what I now know.
No, you don't. Listen, when Soylent Beige hits the streets, it's going to be in short supply, initiating riots. We can make sure you and your family are well stocked for the future.
I don't want to eat people.
No, I don't want to eat nutrient bars made out of people.
Again, not exclusively people. We're open to all creatures.
It's like the milk cartons that have the cow's name on them that they came with. Not
Just
quite.
No.
You discovered Catering Corp's nefarious plan and stopped it in its tracks. I mean, people are still starving, but yeah, 4-star. I'm surprised she didn't call me on that one.
What's the holdup? I figured most of you Guardian Defender types would be out fighting on the front lines. Let's move it along. I got a Goblin Ball match to set up.
And you are?
Albert St. Lush, manager of the Sprawl Brawlers.
Yeah, the Goblin Ball's been postponed indefinitely.
I didn't think any more home games were being played this season. You know, because of the siege of the Sprawl, the threat of invasion, and the ongoing war that could destroy us all.
Yeah. Let me in and I'll make sure we get one last game.
Yeah, no, we're gonna...
Boy, mister, I'm sure glad that you've got your priorities straight.
She's talking sense all of a sudden.
I was being very sarcastic. I can't believe you didn't pick up on that.
Sometimes some people don't pick up on sarcasm. Either goes right over their head. Yeah, if you're gonna come in, then... Gonna hit you up with a x-ray just to double check to make sure you're not bringing anything in.
What are these? Don't worry about it, kid. Tools of the trade.
Yeah, no, that's not.
So long as the players don't ask any questions about what they're getting, it's totally legit. The secret ingredient is pure basilisk venom.
No bueno.
What? You think those on the Milton Marauders ain't doping? You're crazy.
Yeah. Yoink.
Well, there ain't no way I'm gonna win with these bombs now.
Yep, not my problem.
Okay, I've gotta know. how are you gonna field a team for a goblin ball match?
Most of the choice players from the Sprawl Brawlers are out fighting on the front, protecting the innocent, blah, blah, blah. My plan is grab the best looking prospects from whoever we've got defending the walls, load them up with, how do I say, confidence, and put the team together. Easy peasy.
So you want to take the people that are defending the home at home and basically get them drunk and then have them play. Yeah, that's going to be...
You think that the best of the rest from the Sprawl could really go toe-to-toe with a proper goblin ball team?
Yeah, no.
Absolutely. And just between you and me, I think there's a chance we may have the better team. Wink.
Okay, considering the guards booth will hire just about, well, literally put 12-year-olds.
You didn't actually wink, you know. You just yelled the word wink.
Or did I? Wink.
That's creepy.
Yeah, you did. Twice.
Okay. Yeah, but his plan is going to remove people from protecting our
Look,
walls, so...
Can I level with you?
No.
I know this will weaken our defenses, but the Sprawl really needs this right now. I really need this right now.
No, get lost.
And you could probably use this envelope full of gold I've conveniently left for you right there out in the open.
Yeah, we're going to deny. Hit the road.
You never did like Goblin Ball, did you?
Honestly, not really. But my dad sure does.
Well, he's probably very disappointed in you right now. Good day.
It was absolutely the right thing for the Sprawls spread thin resources, but now there won't be a Goblin Ball game, and where's the fun in that? You will not be able to visit the arena.
Echo!
Echo!
Oh my god, what a lame joke.
What is?
That your name is Echo and...
Echo!
I hate myself. What
What
do
you
you want,
doing?
Echo? And don't you dare say Echo again.
All right, little sister. Chill out. You clearly don't have any of my peace blossom left.
Nope.
What are you doing here?
The Mages Guild are all gathering in the Sprawl to discuss our place in the war efforts. Been a long time since we've all been summoned together like this.
Yeah, who summoned?
Who summoned you?
The High Council of the Mages Guild summoned their membership by sending a glowing green light into the sky. A sort of signal that tells us we're all needed.
Suspicious.
I get it. The mage signal. Good thing you were looking up.
You're telling me? The reason I founded the Mages Guild was so that we wouldn't have to all gather together this way. It was a set of guiding principles that all mages would adhere to. So if you knew a mage, you knew what to expect.
Yeah, I don't think that lasted very long.
Kept people from fearing us. Now it looks like some mages want people to fear us. It won't end well.
Nope, I agree with that.
That sounds to me like a good thing. A set of governing rules to make sure people feel safe? Am I wrong?
I don't think you are, but darker forces in the guild sure do. They think the rules are too strict. They want to use magic to control people, and eventually, the whole kingdom. If we don't stop them, there could be a rift in the guild itself, with mages on both sides. It's getting pretty hairy.
Okay, well, I'm going to... I think I'm just gonna let him in. Or should I talk to him one more time? Oh, he didn't... Yeah, because I'm gonna let him in, so if I need to, I can go back. But we're just gonna let him in.
Thanks, Lil. I better get to the Mages Guild. But first, I may stop by the Twisted Sister and grab some grub. Man, have I got a case of the munchies. Rock on, little buddy!
Bye, Echo. He was here on official guild business. Sure, he's a stoner windbag, but he's good people. A massive, monstrous roar.
Whoa! Stand down, Peaches. It's all right. I'm here for the draft. Well, me and Peaches.
Okay.
You can communicate with...
Peaches. Uh-huh. She's really good at taking direction. Sometimes. I'm still getting the hang of it.
Sure.
That is so awesome.
Who wouldn't want to be able to have a dragon?
Yeah, you get used to it. It comes with the territory when you're a dragon rider.
Oh my god, can I be you?
Let me...
My dad says that it's unlikely that we'll be called into the fighting today, as the enemy forces aren't really known for their air support, but I'm still really scared. I ride Peaches for fun. I'm no combat specialist, but I am here, ready to be counted if the Sprawl needs me. Or, more accurately, if the Sprawl needs Peaches.
You are so incredibly brave.
Oh gosh, thanks. I hope Peaches is ready for anything that comes our way.
So...
I know I'm nowhere near as good a rider as my dad, and I feel like I'm missing something. Oh well, I'm here and ready to go.
Missing something. Well... Only thing I could suggest possibly is...
Peaches, speak!
Peaches roars. Her roar roughly translates to... I need a firm hand to guide me into battle. Use a whip. I can barely hear that stupid little whistle she uses once we get above the cloud line. Get her a whip. A whip. I am gonna go back. We're just gonna go back to her. Because I ran out of options.
Whoa! Stand down, Peaches. It's all right. I'm here for the draft. Well, me and Peaches.
So yeah.
You can communicate with...
Peaches. Uh-huh. She's really good at taking direction. Sometimes. I'm still getting the hang of it.
Yeah, we're gonna trust.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, you get used to it. It comes with the territory when you're a dragon rider.
Oh my god, can I be you?
So let's, since we know we did that, let's...
Peaches, speak!
Peaches roars. We decode it. Her roar roughly translates to, I need a firm hand to guide me into battle. Use a whip. I can barely hear that stupid little whistle she uses once we get above the clown line. Get her a whip, a whip. And...
Hey, did you hear that? Peaches really responded well to the crack of the whip. If I had time, I'd try to find one of my own. Thanks for the demo.
Yeah, you can have the...
Look, this whip is only occasionally useful to me. Take it. I have a feeling Peaches will respond to it.
So...
Wow, thanks. I feel much better with this.
Lil will receive a replacement bullwhip in her next shift. So with that, we are going to draft Dragon Rider.
Alright, kid. I think you'll be a welcome addition to the Sprawl's forces.
Really?
Absolutely. It's something about your character. Your moxie, your...
Dragon.
Giant intimidating dragon.
And with this handy new whip you've given me, I'll be sure to send those bad guys running.
Save the whip for the dragon, kid. Have fun in the war.
Attention! Second Lieutenant Wilbur Caboose Orville reporting for duty.
Caboose.
Are you talking to me?
Ma'am, yes ma'am. I have come from the training grounds at the GLA with the finest triplane that Goblin Engineering has to offer, and I am reporting for duty to join Her Majesty's Royal Air Force.
Is that your plane?
Yes ma'am, indeed it is. A Sopwith Gobbo of primo make and model. As I said, the finest that Goblin Engineering has to offer. Would you like to know her name?
Sure.
Sure. What's her name?
I call her the Green Baron.
Huh.
It looks red. I mean, it looks like a plane.
I don't know much about planes, but I know what I like, and I like it.
Ha ha, bully.
All right. But Dad did want us to inspect things, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to do an x-ray to make sure that there's nothing kinky that needs to be fixed or something that shouldn't be there.
Ah yes, that is the finishing touch. Julian down at the GLA equipped the plane with it this morning. I don't think he was an engineer, just an enthusiastic volunteer. She's a large bomb we call the Inside the Park Home Run.
Yeah, that's not...
It looks really heavy. How does the plane fly with that?
It
I
doesn't.
haven't tried flying with it yet, just taxiing along the runway at a sensible speed. But there's plenty of space for it to roll around back there, with all those loose tanks of fuel and barrels of gunpowder.
Yoink.
Well, there's no way I'm letting you in with this. I wouldn't want you to roll her through the streets with this inside the park home run in case you end up inside the park and, you know, kablooey.
With that, is there anything... Just drafted... I'm gonna call Stryker.
Well, this is just the kind of stand up for yourself and not taking it anymore attitude I want to see in the people of the Sprawl. Welcome the second lieutenant with a salute and a pat on the back, and send him to the runway ASAP. Oh, maybe take a look at what he's bringing in and make sure it's not going to pose any threat to national security.
Already done.
Then a salute and a hearty pat on the back.
Awesome. Okay. So we are going to draft him into the war.
All right, Second Lieutenant. Head in and report for duty.
But the bomb! How can I help win the war without my bomb?
Find another way.
Trust me, I think it would have done more harm than good.
That was the point!
Just keep your eyes on the skies, flyboy. Go for Lil.
Lil, Chuck here. I need you to get your butt down to the Goblin Liberation Army headquarters as soon as you can.
What's up, Chuck?
My wife, the princess, queen, still not used to that. She has me deploying various non-human agents, groups, and creatures to help with the war effort. And we've discovered a mole. Like a mole. Not like a mole person. Well, I guess it could be a mole person. We're really not sure at this point. Can you come down to the GLA headquarters and help me sort this out?
I'll be there as soon as I'm done my shift.
Which is
Thanks.
now.
I'm sure you can help us identify the traitor in our midst.
Yep, sounds like something I'd be expected to do.
Facts. Alright, level 9. So we have... yeah. So these are... just a recap. And we're going to go to the GLA headquarters.
Lil, thanks for coming. Are you ready to help us whack-a-mole?
What's the scoop so far?
Yesterday, we captured an enemy spy who confessed that they were meeting with their informant, who is part of the GLA. But before we could get a name out of them, the spy chomped down on a poisoned tooth. We've gathered 6 suspects. One of them is definitely the traitor, but so far they're all sticking to their stories.
Truth
Couldn't
spray?
you just get a mage to put a spell on them? Or better yet, I could go get some truth spray from the shed and be done with this in a flash.
Good thinking. But the guilty party could have built up a tolerance to truth sprays, or be in league with a corrupted wizard from the guild. Your deduction skills are the only method we can truly trust. Think you can help us out?
Again, we are holding all of our cards.
Well, I have done this once before, but it was a low-stakes situation with my little friends. I guess I'll see what I can figure out.
You
In the
can
hands of a
interact with
sassy
each of them
12-year-old.
twice. They'll just repeat their stories after that. See if you can detect any inconsistencies about their whereabouts last night, and catch them at a lie.
Okay. I like how she's sitting in the interrogation chair.
Last night, I was here with Chuck organizing flyers for the war rally. You can ask him yourself, but if you're looking for a mole, look to my left. They're literally a mole. What more could you ask for?
Listen, I know everyone's gonna think it was me because I'm a literal mole. But last night I was at a bar in Little Ogre Town watching the Goblin Ball game, I swear. I never miss a game, even when they're out of town like they were last night.
I was at a friend's house. A friend who was out of town. I was at their house while they were out of town. They asked me to water their plants while they were out of town. It's the truth.
I know where I was last night. I was at the big game happening downtown, but I'm more concerned about the big guy to my right. Have you ever met a troll you liked or even trusted? Something seems fishy about his story, if you ask me.
I was quietly meditating in my chambers last eve. The degrading acts of skulking in shadows you're picturing are obviously more in line with a creature half the honor of an elf. Someone like a halfling, perhaps?
Everyone keeps pointing fingers.
Last night I was attending my sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's birthday party. It was quiet down by the Goblin Bowl arena, with it being an away game and all, so I didn't see anyone on my way home. I don't know why anyone would suspect me. I have a leftover apple tart in my freezer to prove it.
Chuck will vouch for me. I was here. I've got Brawler Seasons tickets, so some nights I'm at the arena, but last night they were playing out of town. As to who the traitor is, I don't know what else to tell you. Don't overthink it. They're a freaking mole person. You're looking for a mole! Come on!
That's moleist.
I honestly have no idea who the traitor is.
Racist.
But all I know is that it's not me. Ask anyone who works at the bar in Little Ogre Town. They'll remember me. I'm a really bad tipper.
That's not something to brag about.
It was... Alright, fine, you caught me. I didn't go to a friend's house to water their plants. I was out on a date with a human I met last week. Guess I still feel weird talking about it, but the date went great.
I told you, I was at the Goblin Ball Arena last night. I live around the corner from the stadium, so after the match I went straight home, no funny business.
Mm-hmm.
I'd ask that elf. Hard to trust those uptight, pointy-eared snobs.
They're half the size, therefore they're half as trustworthy. Stop wasting everyone's time, and accuse that suspicious-looking halfling already.
Fine, I'll confess. I don't actually have any leftover apple tart in my freezer because I ate it on the way home. My sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's mother is a professional cook and I couldn't resist. You should lock her up for the crime of making irresistible desserts.
I think that might know who that is. Okay.
So, Lil, who is it? Who is the traitor?
Yeah, we're gonna decide.
I think it was...
Yep. Yes.
the Cyclopes.
What? Why me?
Because you claimed you went to the Goblin Ball match last night, but the Brawlers played an away game. You're clearly lying.
Very clever, little girl, but it's no matter. You and your kingdom will burn, and out of the ashes a new glorious nation shall be born.
Take them away, Carl.
Good work, Lil. We couldn't have done it without you. We'll make sure they're properly punished for their crimes.
Oh, just one more thing before I go.
Yes?
I got nothing. I just always wanted to say that.
Alright, what is available? Looks like I've only got 2 locations. Garbage shop and the tavern.
Lil, how are you holding up?
Not too many game overs today, Garbs.
I'm not really sure what that means, but maybe I've got something for it.
Okay, well, I've got definitely some money. So now if I want to, I think I've got a good spread on everything. So if I do 1, 2, 3, yeah, I gotta do that. Will get me back up where I can be full, because that's 8, 10, 14, yeah. I mean, I could sell the headband, which I don't think I need anymore. But at most, it would get me maybe another bullwhip or another Dakota ring. I don't think I really need the bullwhip. And I don't think... Well, I'm not going to be able to... Well, no, I would be able to afford maybe one item. And I think I'm going to sell this and get a metal detector. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. And then back into the tavern.
Oh, hi, Lil. Back home after a long day's work?
You know it.
What a laugh. You, a working stiff.
It's a riot. Hey, Arda, you got a pen
No,
and
that's-
paper?
that
I
would
want to
be
send
Randy.
my dad another letter.
Oh, sure. Here you go.
This time, I really want to cheer Dad up. What kind of joke should I tell him?
We're gonna write a good joke. Lil will write a letter that includes a really, really good joke. Are you sure? Yes. Yeah, gotta always go with a nice, humorous joke. So, why did one otter steal the other's mussels? Because he was shellfish.
That should put a smile on his face. Thanks, Arda. Oh, can you send it for me?
My pleasure. I know how much your dad loves to hear from you.
Gotta love the dad jokes.
We're all thinking of your dad, Lil.
Alright, here is...
The Mages Guild is gathering in the Sprawl to discuss our place in the war efforts. Been a long time since we've all been summoned together like this.
When was that?
The last time was the only time. It was the founding of the Mages Guild itself. Before that, we were divided into factions, gathering with other mages who shared our sense and sensibilities.
Jane Goblin Austin. Yeah, I'm a reader.
Are you sure you're interested in hearing about more lore from this aging stoner?
The reason I founded the Mages Guild was so that we wouldn't have to all gather together this way. It was a set of guiding principles that all mages would adhere to. So if you knew a mage, you knew what to expect. Kept people from fearing us.
That sounds to me like a good thing. A set of governing rules to make sure people feel safe? Am I wrong?
I don't think you are, but darker forces in the guild sure do. They think the rules are too strict. They want to use magic to control people, and eventually, the whole kingdom.
I think I've
If
heard
we
this
don't
before.
stop them, there could be a rift in the guild itself with mages on both sides. It's getting pretty hairy.
Thanks for the chat.
Anytime, little buddy.
Alright.
Oh, this is so weird, being out with you. Anybody could see.
Aw, honey. It's what's on the inside that matters. I'm not embarrassed to be seen with you.
Embarrassed to be seen with me? I'm worried someone's going to see me with a human and tell my mother.
Oh, brother.
Him too.
Alright, I think that is all I'm going to be able to do for the day. So it's time to go and hit the
I
hay.
think I've done everything I need to do, but are you sure you're ready to hit the hay?
Yep. Let's end the day. Mela. The Margov envoy Mela made a life for herself in the Sprawl and set up a shop selling weapons, cooking tools, and other sharp things. She couldn't be happier. The Queen was able to use the top secret battle plans to shore up the Sprawl's defenses, which made a huge difference, at least for a few days. Catering Corp. Having smuggled a few of the food supplement bars known as Soylent Beige into prison with him, the Catering Corp rep found himself extremely popular on the inside. The inmates couldn't get enough of those bars, especially Cannibal Ricky. All this positive attention landed the Catering Corp rep a job assignment as a cook in the prison cafeteria. For the next few months, one by one, the prison inmates seemed to vanish into thin air. There was no evidence of a jailbreak, but the warden knew those prisoners had to be escaping somehow, and the trail led towards the kitchen. The warden and his guards raided the cafeteria and made their way to the kitchen, where they discovered a large pot filled with the ingredients for making Soylent Beige. It was filled with people, or at least hacked up pieces of them. The warden immediately sought to question the new cook, but the Catering Corp rep had managed to escape while they were raiding the kitchen. Albert denied his planned big comeback Goblin Ball game. Albert St. Lush wasn't able to convince a single pro team to hire him as their manager. So he set his sights lower and went on to coach at the minor league level until a doping scandal got him fired from that job too. He repeated this process for teams in AAA, AA, single A, etc., until he finally wound up coaching a little league Goblin Ball team, the Sprawl Sprouts, for children 12 and under. They were some of the most suspiciously large fourth graders you ever saw. They swept the season. Echo the Wanderer. Echo arrived at the guild hall just in time to speak out against Tyronius and his plan to demand greatly increased powers for the mages from the Queen. Echo successfully argued that the guild should use its power to support the city council and guard corps and help the people the war was hurting instead. Due to Echo's timely intervention, Tyronius did not get the 2/3 majority vote that he needed. He and his followers loudly insisted that the election was stolen, and Tyronius vowed to use his own power to stop this war by any means necessary. His people formed a radical group that dubbed itself the Freedom Caucus, and they soon vacated the guild hall in a huff. Echo breathed a sigh of relief at a job well done. He took a trip to his favorite haunt, the Sprawl's premier bowling alley, Pinheads. It was a pretty righteous way to end the day. Correctly identified as being the traitor, the guilty Cyclops was loaded into a catapult and flung at a brick wall the next morning. There was much rejoicing. The Sprawl and its secrets are now safe thanks to your masterful detective work. And now onto the war news. Sprawl victorious. As the dawn rose, it was clear that the Sprawl had triumphed. The smoke slowly cleared from the patch of sky where the battle between the clouds had been fought. It was later said that one of the clouds was shaped like a short giraffe and the other one looked like a bowl of fruit. With the hopes of participating in the battle dashed, Professor Fogg hid in the countryside for 79 days. He emerged and fooled his chums at the Royal Academy Club into thinking he had in fact sailed around the world in record-breaking time. To sum it up, he hid in a barn, managed to bamboozle his fellow academics, and received a free beer for his efforts. The little Primus dragon rider, commanding her dragon Peaches, using the bullwhip you loaned her, burned through the enemy's defenses. When they got home from the battle, her father was so proud, he vowed right then and there to leave her in charge more often so he could continue to go down to the pub and bet on Goblin Ball. Does everyone leave their kids to do their job so that they can go bet on a game that they're going to lose? Unencumbered by the Inside the Park home run bomb, Wilbur Caboose Orville performed impressively piloting the Green Baron. In fact, he made an impressive 8 kills single-handedly and was awarded the Golden Wings, the highest honor for a Sprawl aviator, and was the first goblin to receive the prestigious award.